We're heading to the Bugatti showroom in London because today is hypercar shopping at its very best. It's delivery day of the ultimate hypercar for an entire generation. I'm joining the Gurdev Singh Collection for the handover of the latest car in their fleet, and you're joining us. We're heading in with my Ferrari SF90 Stradale, where not only are the guys arriving in their current Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Coupe in stunning red and black, but the covers will be pulled back off its new sibling in the garage, a car that has an amazing story itself. It would be rude not to then go for a double Bugatti drive in central London, so come along for the ride and let's take it in. When you think of the very best, you think of Bugatti. Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello and welcome back to the channel. Let's head into London. It's time for Bugatti shopping with the Gurdev Singh Collection. Let's do this. Here at the Museum, we are currently absent of my hypercar, the Zenvo. It's having its second service over in Denmark, so we're taking the SF90 Stradale. This thing has 1,000 horsepower. It's right up there in hypercar territory. So let me unplug the charger for the hybrid system and we'll get this started. Unlock, it releases this, then we can unplug that, put this over to the side, get it all closed up again, and then get this started. I say started, silently roll on out. I tell you what, when the XX arrives and this car has to depart, I am going to miss the specification of my SF90 Stradale. But let me swing inside here. We've got the lovely Sabia and blue sterling. Get ready to start this and head on. Before we check out this new car that's being picked up today, it's not every day you get to go literally Bugatti shopping. You might be wondering, why are we in the SF90 Stradale? I've owned this for about 3 years, right? This was my first 1,000 horsepower car that I owned. The Zenvo takes that even further, but this thing has a 4-figure power output. The Bugatti Veyron, when Bugatti introduced it about 2 decades ago, was the first real production hypercar. It was the pinnacle for so many people. Bugatti have always moved the game on with this. Then they had the Chiron, then they introduced the Tourbillon that I took a look around recently with Mate Rimac. But the OG, the original for me, was the Veyron. I cannot wait to see the cars that we're going to go and check out today. It's just the drive now into London, hopefully without too much traffic, to actually get there. If you're wondering why I don't normally come into London, here's your reason. Traffic, and more traffic. A whole lot of it. The downside of sitting in endless traffic actually comes with an upside. So because we're nearly out of the electric range, you can drive about 15 miles of electric here, and obviously we've been engine on, engine off. I can now press the performance button and we'll get a cold start. It's actually running the cold start cycle, which obviously just sounds amazing. It's a nice deep V8 grumble. This car and the Roma, considering they're both about 4-litre V8s, sound so different. The Roma's technically a 3.9, this is a 4-litre. So different, maybe more on that another time. But we're doing okay. It's actually opened up as we've got down a little bit more towards the centre of the city. We're in the supercar part of town, and of course, our first other Ferrari is that a 488 GTB, I think tucked in just there, with an interesting wrap on it, a fade. And also the low sun this morning is not helping. But if we head around here past the steam of the fountain, there are a ton of dealerships, because of course HRO and Ferrari is also around here, where I order the cars, where I spec this, where I've bought all of them basically. Cancel, don't do that. That's where the car basically hears you speaking and saying the name of its manufacturer, and it's kind of annoying, but I don't think you can turn it off. Bentayga, right in front, heading through. It hasn't actually cancelled, so it's probably listening to every word I say. Don't do that. Don't say the name of the brand when you're in one of this brand's cars. The company from Maranello, it's probably going to start doing that as well. No, we're good. I'm not sure what's going on here, but we are headed round because Bugatti is not very far away, and we need to see if we can find a parking space, which is notoriously difficult in this area. There are like 1,000,001 bicycles around here. Like, look at this. Every curb, left, right, everywhere has rental bikes. On the corner is Jack Barclay Bentley, and to the left is Bugatti. That's where we're heading, just over there in a second, but we need to find a parking space first. And then this way is, of course, on the left where you have Ferrari. What is in the Ferrari showroom right now? Ooh, I think it's a delivery day. Nice. Oh, why have I said the brand name again? Listen to this. It's now gonna...
Sorry, there is no media available.
I give up. SF90 Spider, very nice. That's an unusual color though, I gotta say. Very cool. I couldn't find a parking space out on the street, so we've come to a nearby parking garage, but check this out. There's a Rolls Royce, there's another Rolls Royce, there's another Rolls Royce, and there are probably more around as well. So I think we're in some good company. We can leave it here. We're gonna be good for now. And another Rolls Royce, Dawn, and 911 Turbo, and some more. I think everyone in London has a Rolls Royce right now. I've not driven one of those, but I tell you what, if we had one today, we'd actually have found a parking space. That'd be much easier. There's also, I think, something lurking down there. There was indeed Aston Vantage. Obviously a previous one now, new one looks stunning. There's a Puro Sangue over there, you'll have to believe me, over there. Ferrari Puro Sangue, I think, from another country, somewhere. Look, everyone has a Rolls Royce. It's another Cullinan. They are everywhere here. A few Bentleys about as well. Nice plate on this Bentayga, especially for those of us who have TB as our initials. There's another Flying Spur up there at the background as well. Don't even get started on Porsche 911s like this Targa. So many. Not as many G63s around though as you see in the US, where they are totally the go-to. It's been more Rolls Royces today. All right, we're back past the Bentley showroom because this is where we're coming today, to Bugatti. So let's head inside and go see what awaits us behind the lovely switchable glass doors, the same kind of doors I have at the museum, in fact. Let's go in. Would you believe this is the first time I've ever been here, the first time ever visiting Bugatti London, and look what's behind us. Not one, but two cars. However, before we go over there, I always love the memorabilia. To have all of these different things, it's kind of like you go from being a kid in the toy cars to growing up and the cars getting real one-to-one scale. This is what we've come to see. But before we take a full sneak peek at the car that lurks under this cover and then get it revealed properly, I want to come through because back here is the icon. And for so many people, the original Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Coupe has been the poster car. It was the first £1 million car you could buy. It was the first 1,000 horsepower production supercar at the time. But of course, the term hypercar has been coined since with 1001, one more than my SF90. It was the fastest car in the world for such a long period. And there are so many things about it that really set a benchmark at the time. It was so far beyond anything else. Whereas now, cars tend to just lightly skip around one another. This lifted the game from the Enzo, the SLR, the Carrera GT. The Bugatti was the best car in the world. They went on to be 450 in total, including the original coupes, the Grand Sports, the Super Sports, and the Grand Sport Vitesses, and a number of other different variations. This car, as you can already see, lacks a roof because this is an open top Bugatti. Shall we lift up the cover and have a very quick sneak peek at the color scheme? Check this out. Absolutely stunning. What an amazing specification. And I've actually seen this car before at the very start of my channel about 14 years ago. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. So should we go find the guys, get the covers pulled back and reveal the new car, the latest addition to the Gurdev Singh Collection? Let's do this. Before we check out the new car, don't forget that one of you is about to win the Lotus Emira Shmeemobile. This car is about to become one of yours for absolutely nothing, completely free. Thanks to BOTB, this car is being given away. The car that I bought nearly 2 years ago for over £80,000. It's part of the free prize giveaway. So head over to BOTB, sign up. You'll get a free opportunity to enter the competition to maybe be the lucky winner of this car. If you're already signed up, there are some other options as well. The link and information is all down below. For those of you in the United Kingdom and Ireland, somebody's going to win the Shmeemobile. First time we've ever done this with BOTB. As I said, the info's down below. But let's get back to Bugatti. It's time then. Let's take a look and reveal the car beneath the covers here at Bugatti London, the Veyron Grand Sport, and check out this stunning specification. The over-the-top parts in the exposed Pebble Beach blue carbon fibre with the Antigua white, this pearlescent metallic white paintwork. The absolutely perfect number plate for the W16 Bugatti. The Grand Sport wheels with the polished face and the navy blue, the lake blue of the leather on the interior with all of the contrast in the lighter colour to match the exterior, and of course, that exposed 16-cylinder power plant back there. There's a lot to take in on this absolutely beautiful example. With these two cars together at the moment, I want to draw your attention to a few things quite quickly. You'll notice this being the original, right? The first generation of the Veyron. It has the original headlights. Notice the design of that. This car was actually launched with the update, the new look. It has the new style, the new design. We'll see those illuminated when we head out in a moment, but you've got the eyebrows that come over the top. Obviously, they're featured in later Veyrons as well. There are actually quite a few little things like that did update over time with the car, but I think we need to get these started. Of course, we've got the wings extended at the moment. The cars are sitting in their handling modes, which lowers the suspension, of course helps with the dynamic performance of it, and gives you a view of the exhaust system back there, that enormous box that sits in the rear of them. Of course, the central exhaust tip, lots of design then changed with the launch of the Super Sport, but I like how we've got this very iconic early style design. You know, the black with the red around it. You could have black with red, black with blue, those original traditional designs. And then later on, a lot of the cars came with bespoke configurations, exposed carbon fibre, a lot of unique touches and details, as you see with this Grand Sport. I think the colour schemes suit the respective styles. The roof can either have the glass panel that tucks in at the front and then clicks down at the rear. That's been left at home today. There is a emergency roof should the weather be bad, but thankfully it's looking pretty good outside. So in a moment, these are getting started and heading out. I'm also a big fan, by the way, of the furniture that's here at the showroom. Check this out. These are in blue carbon with the cream white leather with the blue contrast stitch to match the spec of the car. How cool is that? Cold start of the Bugatti power plant. Now's when the car will go out of handling mode as well, so the wing will be lowered down for driving, I think. Yeah, the ride heights come up. It's actually quite fun to see. We've also got that lower wing, but now we'll take the cars out onto the road. There we go. Spoiler tucking down. It's one of the first to have that level of active wing back when this was introduced. We have Bugatti touchdown on the pavement here. In fact, we've got a lot of people around. As you can imagine, it becomes kind of chaos when you're pulling a couple of Bugattis out of the showroom. The bikes are actually here for security and safety as well. In a minute, this is going to be coming out. Look at that view, the car lurking back there. I love that. I also like what they did with the ESG switchable glass with the EB logo up at the top. So having that separation, obviously this bit you can make transparent. Very, very cool. So let's gear up for this. The second car has now been started. This is of course the new look for the showroom, the new corporate identity, but this will now come on outside, ready to join the other to go onwards. It's absolute pandemonium, the number of people that stop, and of course everybody here to take photos and things. As this comes out, drops down the curb, ready to go out. Look at that. The two cars outside in the daylight, obviously back into its lower wing mode as well. Need the lift to make sure it can safely get out onto the road, and then get everything locked up and get ready to take these. We'll head to a first photo spot with them. This is in some ways back to the roots car spotting. We've got the dawn coming past, and then we're going to have the first bug over here. It throws me back massively. 2010-11, the era of cars like this, Bugatti Veyrons driving London. I tell you what, considering this is a model launched 20 years ago, it's so spectacular still to this day, and we're about to have the two together. It's going to make it even better in just a moment as they go on round with protection in tow. Look at that, double bugs in London. What's going to happen? Is the red and black going to follow out? Hope so in just a second. Here we go. They're off. Absolutely amazing. It really is Rolls-Royce land, Phantom 8, with all of its majesty. I think the best way to describe them, really. So elegant. There's something really quite intimidating and menacing about this, but check that out. The two together, this is old school. This is a blast from the past. Car spotting in central London. That blue carbon with the slightly overcast light right now goes so dark, but looks very smart. And then of course this car as well. Wow. We're gonna hop in a moment, but for the time being I just wanted to see them driving together. Reminds me of some of the good old days. When it comes to cars like these, of course, there are only 450 in the entire world. all of which you can find on our platform, Exclusive Car Registry. And this is where it gets really interesting when it comes to stories behind particular examples like this. That car, when I first saw it, was at the 2010 Geneva Motor Show. That was the first time I'd gone to the world's biggest car expo, held in Switzerland. And of course, this was on the Bugatti stand. Since then, it's been to a number of different events. In fact, I actually saw it earlier this year in April at Salon Privé London, the very same car that now joins a new collection, a new home as well. There's so much more information when it comes to these things. I always love it to confirm the specs of the specific car, the paint colors, that kind of thing. But also, there are so many more tools that we've introduced for dealers as well to be able to understand more and learn more about all of these cars. For now though, I think after this first photo shoot location, it's going to be on the road to go find somewhere else. Look at this in the sunshine. That Pebble Beach blue, exposed carbon, that is beautiful. So let's get a start up of this. Take a listen from outside. The deep thunder, right. Wing shuffling, I'm now stepping in. So join me inside this lovely Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport. Slither in to the wealth of leather and luxury that is the interior of this particularly marvelous car. Absolutely incredible, stunning, beautiful details everywhere. Goodness me, there's so many people that come out with these kind of cars. This is crazy. That is a phenomenal view with the other car behind. Something about this, timeless beauty, the way everything's made inside. You wouldn't believe this was 20 years old design now, looking around, but that's what happens when you don't put a tablet right here. We're not going to be setting 250-mile-an-hour speed records today. It is London, of course, 20 miles an hour everywhere. But I tell you what, it's fun to be here, to be in this little drive, the view behind over the back. I love how these guys make it easy to get around. Not that we get around very quickly. Definitely getting that shot from the dawn. World's best camera car right now. How did I just totally miss that there was an 812 GTS right there? The Rosso Corsa opposite the red of the Bug. Are we finally going to hit like 15 miles an hour?
Yeah, wow.
London traffic life. Construction everywhere, delivery vans everywhere, chaos everywhere, but it's fun. It really is construction everywhere here at the moment. It's absurd how much is going on. But what a day to have the roof off, enjoying this Bugatti in the sunshine. What an experience today to be able to take this in. No roof, sunshine out, with the cars. Absolutely incredible. So nice. Everything in here is just immaculate. While the photos are currently being taken with that and with that, I want to show you this quickly, because this is of course the Rolls-Royce Dawn wearing Forgiatos, and we were just joking that this is a detailer's nightmare to clean between every single spoke on the 22-inch wheels. And the colouring details of course match with the interior. We've got the decking, of course, like on a luxury yacht over the back, but the interior of this is absolutely phenomenal. Of course, it's bright, it's bold, but I actually quite like the contrast with the exterior, especially when it's parked roof down like this and the roof is the same color to actually match that interior. It gives you that focus, that sharp highlight inside. It also wears the illuminated Spirit of Ecstasy at the front, which I'm led to believe are actually no longer allowed to be illuminated on the newer cars. So that's quite fun also. It's a really, really out there specification on this. And we've got an SV. Ventador SV Coupe. That was an all right view back there. We cross the famous Oxford Street with two Bugattis. It's quite funny to see the reactions. Ferrari Purosangue, second of the day. This is Ferrari Alley. We've got a Roma there. Waiting to see what's coming up next. Certainly see a G63. That was the most amazing face ever. The face of, what's that? It's normal around here though, no? G63. Over that way, there's a Maybach lurking. Next to us is a DBX. And we're gonna try and catch up with the Rolls-Royce. Get some shots on Park Lane. The other Bug following. That's really cool. Cruising back through the old stomping grounds, we've got Harrods up in front here in Knightsbridge. Many a Bugatti filmed on this road over the years, and now two together. It's quite fun doing this little drive with the security guys as we head through. It is quite amazing how many camera phones come out when you have some Bugattis in town like this. kind of everywhere. Not entirely sure what that Porsche is, but we'll roll at it anyway. Quickly becoming a sightseeing tour. We go past the Royal Albert Hall, home to many an event, and on the right is Hyde Park, the monument there as well. Then we're going to have another stop location for some more photos somewhere up ahead with this kind of sunny haze all around us. Well, this is kind of cool right now. I think this might be one of our final stops for today. But how often do you have two Bugattis together out and about? I mean, look at that. Look at the colour of the blue carbon. What a pair. These are so cool. Of course, both of these, like all of the different Bugatti models, can be found on ECR, whether it's the 450 Veyrons, whether it's the 500 Chirons, and going forward, the Tourbillons as well, of course, the new model. They'll all be up there to see. We are back at Berkeley Square, so Ferrari over the other side. Soon to go drop these cars off after an adventurous day and a lot of traffic. Clearly popping up some buildings and things here. There's just a ton going on today. As you can imagine, for photos, turning this so that we have the running lights on each time. Make sure you get the best pictures on W16 Bug and High Sexy behind. Of course, two of these. Oh, all the bikes at the back. Going past, that might make a cool photo. They are seriously menacing. And these two cars together have been seriously cool. Very exciting day to be part of the collection of this going to a new home. Joining the Gurdev Singh Collection. I think lining up the bikes for the pictures right now. Quite cool, quite funny. Absolute chaos has descended upon us now. The cars are about to be loaded up. The transporters have just arrived to take them back home. We have come down in the Ferrari. We have revealed the Veyron Grand Sport. We have gone for a double Bugatti drive around central London. A huge thanks to the Gurdev Singh Collection. Do go and give them a follow. I'll pop the link down below, especially over to their Instagram, to see what might be coming next. If you're into cars like these as well, check out our platform, Exclusive Car Registry. Run through all of the Bugatti Veyrons. It's fascinating to learn more about all of these, see all of the different cars that were made, keep some tabs on the different events that they've attended along the way. That is it for this time though. A big thanks again to everyone involved. A big thanks to you guys as well. I hope you've enjoyed the video. That's it for this time, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.